behind the plate tonight.
And here's Coghlan to lead it off, the left fielder. Left-handed hitter in the first pitch of this game. Fastball up and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Coghlan's hitting .265. Done a pretty good job out of the leadoff spot recently. High fly ball back into deep left field. Crawford will go back, and that's going to be off the top of the wall and bound back to Upton. An extra base hit. Coghlan's in at second with a double.
Look at the replay right here. James Shields. It's a fastball. It's up. And it's out over the plate. Little tailing action, but it's about held high. And Coghlan just went right with it. Nice play by BJ. Watch the carom right here. Right to BJ Upton on one hop. Quickly gets it like an infielder to keep Coghlan to a double.
Coghlan was hitting down in the lineup when the Rays saw the Marlins near the end of May. Here's a broken bat. Now one hopper to second off the bat of Baker. Throw to first from Zobrist to Pena. Coghlan goes to third. He's there with one away. Well, the Rays lead the major leagues in runs scored. The Marlins have done a pretty good job of scoring runs as well. They are third in the National League. And here early, we're going to see Joe Madden pull that infield in, knowing that he'll be facing Josh Johnson.
That's exactly right. Josh Johnson has an ERA at 2.66, and he's a strikeout guy. And Joe Madden, I talked to Joe as well today, early this afternoon. He said he would do this against Josh Johnson.
Ramirez, a chopper down to third, and it skips by Longoria. That's going to score the run, and Ramirez is on his way to second. Florida takes a 1-0 lead. Ramirez picking up his 48th run batted in, and the Marlins score first.
And I think this ball would have been down the line anyway, because Longoria would have been wide at third. He wouldn't have been playing over the bag. So this probably would have been a double either way, even if Longoria was playing back. Might have been able to knock it down. Either way, a run would have scored. But that's the gamble you take. Got the ground ball, just too high of a chopper.
Here's Cantu. First pitch, and there a strike call. Cantu with 9 home runs and 46 runs batted in. Breaking ball. Dropped in for a strike.
Nice one. Good curveball right there. One thing the Marlins do is they will expand their own zone. Their on-base percentage is in the bottom third in Major League Baseball as a team, 327.
And the third, back of the bag and foul. Still a 2-strike count. Rays had wins over the Marlins in their first meeting of 15-2 and 10-3, and then dropped that 11-inning game 5-4 when Johnson and Shields hooked up. A 2-strike count to Cantu. He pops it up on the right side. Carlos Pena is there. That's a fair ball, and he makes the catch for the out. 2 gone with Ramirez still at second, a run home. Proud to bring you this game tonight in high definition. Citrus Series Game 1 between the Rays and the Marlins. Look at Russ Glode to the plate. Out of the University of South Florida. Pitch is down. 1-0. Florida finished 5-1 on their last homestand. winning the final 5 games of that stand. It's foul. The count is 1-1.
Yeah, that division in the National League East has really tightened up. We touched on that last night. The Marlins are only 1 game out of first place.
Yeah, they're running third. The Phillies have a half-game lead on the Mets, and then come the Marlins, followed by the Braves, and then Washington. That hits the bag back of first, and a nice pickup by Pena. Shields covers, and Bload is out number 3 in the first. Holding the Marlins to a run, they leave one. Rays coming in to hit. Lineup has B.J. Upton in the leadoff spot, followed by Carl Crawford and Evan Longoria. Carlos Pena, Ben Zobrist, and Pat Burrell then at DH, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Jason Bartlett, followed by Gabe Gross, and then the catcher, Deoner Navarro.
Big right-hander, 6'7", Josh Johnson on the mound, a power arm, 15 starts, a couple of complete games. He's 7-1. Average at 7 innings per start, 105 innings already for him, and the opponent's batting average against low at 219.
That's 4th best in the National League, that 219 opponent's average. Upton fouls it away. Strike 1. So you figure you're going to have your hands full with this guy on the mound. 1-1 the count. BJ with just 4 at-bats lifetime against him. He's 1 for 4. He takes ball 2, 2-1. A good run for BJ over the last month plus, as he takes the count out to 3 balls and a strike, hitting over 300 during that stretch. Shoots it into right field. Hermida on the move, though, and to his left makes the catch. Upton lines out.
He hit it well. Let's take a look at the Marlins defensively. Chris Coghlan in left field. Cody Ross in center. Jeremy Hermida in right. You just saw him. Emilia Bonifacio at third base. Hanley Ramirez at short. Dan Uggla at second. Ross Float at first. And John Baker doing the game calling behind the plate for the Marlins tonight.
Here's Carl Crawford. Bounces it foul. Strike 1. Carl now in the top 10 in the American League in hitting. Running 8th on the strength of his latest surge. 8 of his last 16. Two. goes and takes a shot inside off the plate with a little heat there in the mid-90s.
Yeah, the red light lit up. 96.
Carl fouls the fastball away. 1-2. The Rays managed 3 runs in the 7 innings he pitched against them back on May the 24th. Ground ball and a base hit up the middle. About to say Crawford figured in 2 of those runs. He scored 1 and drove in another one, and has a base hit his first time up tonight.
Just another good at bat by Carl Crawford. He got a fastball out over the plate and squared it up right back through the box. About 94 miles an hour.
Now Evan Longoria. Evan returning to the Rays lineup. Billy Ibar was in there last night. Carl's on the move. Pitches a strike, and the throw is not in time. The Rays believe they can run on John Baker.
Yeah, he got a great jump, and he's looking straight to the bag. There's no looking back. That's a straight steal right through the bag. And Evan does a good job. Evan always, he knows Carl gets a good jump. He usually takes a pitch or 2 for him. Took a strike for him.
Steal number 38 for Crawford. Pitch inside. 1-1, and I'll tell you, that pitch in there gets up there in a hurry.
Yeah, that had a little run in it too. Evans able to spin out of the way. Look at this thing right up under his left elbow right there.
Rays with a man in scoring position. Ugla breaking to the bag and releasing. Foul ball up the right side. That's going to fall out of the reach of Hermida or Glode. Well out of reach down near the bullpen. It's 1-2. Scott working the plate tonight. He's the crew chief. 23 years plus of major league experience for Dale Scott. Check on Crawford. Fly ball right back down the middle to deep center field. Cody Ross back. He's at the wall. Makes the catch. The tag by Crawford. He'll go to third and stop there. While Longoria hit it straight back to the 404 marker, and Ross, just a half step from the wall, made the catch, and his momentum actually carried him into the fence.
Yeah, that ball carried really well. He scored up nicely, had a little cut action to it. There's a chance it's going to go out. Cody Ross takes that last little peek at the wall to see where he's at, and watch it right here. There's the peek. Still able to pick up and track it and spear the ball right up against the wall. It's a nice defensive play by Cody Ross.
So the Rays have Crawford at third base now. 2 outs. Carlos Pena stepping in. Swing and a miss. Johnson going right after Pena. Struck him out a couple times over in Florida. Fastball's up.
Yeah, that's, you know, Carlos gets down low and he loads and has that uppercut. So that's where you would want to go, is up above his hands. You just got to make sure he either lays off it or gets on top a little bit better.
Too high. It's 1-1.
Carlos can square up a fastball down, that's for sure. Just got to make sure the ball's below his hands after he loads.
Marlins have the shift on for Pena against the hard-throwing right-hander. Ugla in short right field from his second base position. Takes a look at this one up. 2-1.
little bit up, a little bit away. Dale Scott gave that look to the left, meaning the ball is also outside.
Heat on that one at around 97.
That is gas right there. That's just power on power. Power hitting swing of Carlos Pena, but a power fastball, 97 miles an hour. Now he'll go up above the hands a little bit.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And a full count. Marlins scored in the top of the inning on a double by Coghlan, double by Ramirez. Crawford singled with 1 out in the home half of the inning. Swiped second, moved to third on the fly ball. He's there with 2 outs and a 3-2 count to Pena. And a foul ball right back into the screen.
Josh Johnson got loose pretty quickly, didn't he? Now he's pitching at 96, 97. Didn't take him long. Well, we've seen him hit a 98 to 100 before. He can do that when he needs to.
Try another 3-2 pitch to Carlos Pena. And a line drive base hit. He hit the fastball into center. Crawford scores, and this game is tied. Big base hit for Carlos Pena. A line drive to pick up his 54th run, batted in.
And here's the difference, because Carlos got a fastball down. It had good velocity, but that's exactly what Carlos wants. He can hit the ball down. Look at this. See, down there, Carlos can get to that ball. Nice piece of hitting right there. He can hit a great fastball. It's just the ball up. He's got to make sure he stays off of that.
A great at bat right there.
Yep, sure was.
Pena's aboard. Now it's Ben Zobrist. Ben leading the American League in slugging percentage. He's actually 5th in the league in on-base percentage. The strike. He was a big part of the Rays coming back last night. He belted the 2-run home run in the first inning after the Phillies had put 4 up. The Rays came back with 3. Good eye by Zobrist. It's 1-1. Eight of his 16 home runs have come this month. A foul off the front of the visiting dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnson, the big right-hander out of Oklahoma. Two and two. Fastball in.
That's a good pitch, though. That's good from a pitcher's standpoint. Try to stand Ben up a little bit, but then Ben didn't flinch. He stayed right in there.
2-2, and he got him. To the slider after a steady diet of fastballs, and then retires the side. Rays score, run, we're tied.
second inning. You're looking at a shot of the Whitney Bank Club on a Friday night. Lots of people having a good time up here, guys. Behind me, you have a little seared mahi-mahi going on, Caesar salad, desserts, all kinds of good food. Beer, wine, and sodas included. The Whitney Bank Club, always a fun place to be. Guys, we'll be up here in the third inning with a couple of special guests from the Florida Lottery. Now back to you.
And Dan Uggla leads off the second inning, takes the first pitch from James Shields. Fastball in around the knees, and that's a strike. Uggla followed by Cody Ross and then Jeremy Hermida. 1-1 the count. Tonight's game being simulcast in Spanish. You can access this audio feature by selecting the built-in SAP option on your television. Uggla ducking that pitch, and it's 2-1. Uggla leading the Marlins with his 15 home runs. Been on a little bit of a binge in that department lately. 15 homers and 45 runs batted in, and 4 of his last home runs have come in the last 7 games. Hey, Bill Chastain with a nice play in the writer's press box over there on that foul ball. Wait a minute, Uggla is out on strikes. First strikeout for Shields, and he had Uggla out in front.
Yeah. Nice sequence right there. Here comes the changeup, 79 miles an hour. Bottom falls out. Gets Dan Uggla way out in front. A little waving right there.
Cody Ross, the center fielder. Shields starts him with a fastball for ball 1. 2-0. Ross having a good power year, 13 home runs. He shoots this one back into left. Catchable for Crawford, though. Carl puts it away. 2 gone. Ray's Summer Concert Series presented by Hess Express continues on 80s night. That'll be tomorrow with a free post-game concert by 80s superstar Pat Benatar. Visit RaysBaseball.com for a complete schedule of Rays Saturday nights presented by Bright House, and get your tickets for all the fun tomorrow night here at Tropicana Field. Jeremy Hermida pitches a strike. I don't know about you, Kevin, but I'm going to dust off one of several double-breasted suits that I have left over from the 80s.
I used to wear the 3-piece ones myself.
A little roller to third, tough play, and Longoria cannot come up with it. That's going to be a base hit for Hermida.
Yeah, I'm glad Evan didn't try to really go down and force that, because he does have that little strain, not 100%. And those are tough plays. You got to have quick actions going in right there. I think he realized if he tried to bend down any further than that, he might have, tweaked that hamstring again. So he did the right thing. That was going to be a base hit either way.
A little infield hit for Hermida. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Bonifacio. Switch hitter. Right now hitting .244. Ground ball. It's struck past Pena into right. Hermida is on his way to third. It will be first and third with 2 outs. And the Marlins put up a 2-out threat.
I like the way Gabe Gross charged that in right field. Did a nice job of getting that ball right back into the infield quickly. Didn't waste any time, understanding the speed that Bonifacio has.
So in this 1-1 ball game, a 2-out threat for Florida. Swing back around to the top of the order, Chris Coghlan. Coughlin opened the game with a double off the wall and left the first time up. As we mentioned then, he's been hitting out of the leadoff spot a little more frequently for the Marlins than earlier in the year. And he's had a pretty good run, the Marlins have, with him leading off. Pitch is down. In fact, they're 16-8 when he's in the leadoff spot.
Yeah, and he's one of the better guys they have at working the count. 364 on base percentage.
Pitch is low. 2-0. He's local here from the Tampa Bay area. Went to high school at the East Lake High, and he was the guy who slid into Akadori Iwamura that play when Aki sustained that knee injury. Pitch is low, and it's now a 3-0 count. And it was just one of those unfortunate situations. Coughlin felt very badly about that. He came over to the Rays clubhouse after the game and offered his sympathies to the Rays and Aki. There's a strike, and as it turns out, it's some great news when, as you know the story, when they went in to do the surgery on Aki's knee, it was not nearly as bad as they had initially anticipated, and well, there's a great chance he could be back by August or September.
Yeah, when I heard 6 to 8 weeks, that's incredible. Partial tear of the ACL.
Take a look at that play. You see Aki across the bag a little early and had that play planted.
And here's Coughlin trying to take him out to break up the double play. You know, it's good hard baseball.
Pitch a little bit inside. Shields wanted the appeal from Ron Culpa down at third. That is ball 4, and the bases are going to be loaded.
Take a look from the side right here. He held up. That's a good call, and the ball was in. But you know, that's a tough play on Aki that we were talking about, because you know, at the time Rays had a big lead, but you know, as a young kid, you know, you're trying to establish yourself in the big leagues. You're supposed to go in there and take a guy out, and of course, it's, you know, the Rays second bases. You don't want to see anybody get hurt like that if it was a dirty play. But everything we've heard, the kid to come and apologize, I mean, it certainly wasn't trying to do that. We know some dirty players over the years in the big leagues, though, don't we?
Yes, we've seen a few.
You and I.
Want to know the count to Baker, and Baker had a couple hits off Shields over in Miami, including a home run. Bounce it back. Count is 1-1. Baker with 6 home runs on the year. In fact, that home run he hit off Shields on the 24th of May was his 6th home run. And a strike. Just coming with 2 outs. When Ross were retired, and since then a couple of singles and a walk, and the Marlins have the bases loaded.
Yeah, James is trying to get the feel of his curve and his slider, and right now neither one's been real effective.
And a little pop foul back at first. Peña's there, and he makes the catch. Shields got that pitch to run in on him a little bit. Pops him up. We go to the bottom of the second, tied 1-1. Cabot Woodstein legendary performances. The Marlins lead in the series 36-28, but Aubrey Huff hit a walk-off back on the 19th of May in 06, and then on the 20th, another walk-off by Russell Branyan. A couple of the highlights in the series between these two clubs. Hey, there's Stewie. Can Peter Griffin be far away? Probably not. Pat Burrell takes the pitch, and that's in there for a strike.
Yeah, Pat's having some much better at bats now. He's starting to get in that groove. Seen that before in the National League. When he gets hot, he gets streaky when he starts squaring balls up.
Pops it up high on the right side. Ugla out from second base. With the first out. Now, Pat has more at bats, as you might expect, from his National League time against Johnson than any other Ray in the lineup. He came in 2 for 12 against him. Well, there's Jason Bartlett. Derek Lee's hitting streak came to an end, so Jason with 19 has the longest current hitting streak going. A little tap to third, a scoop by Bonifacio, and the throw to first is in time. So Bartlett is retired. 2 up, 2 down in the second.
That's a nice play by Bonifacio, because you have to charge this ball to get it on the short hop. Exactly what he did, and on the run he throws a strike over there to first base. If he lays back on that ball, it might eat him up. Plus, Jason Bartlett has speed to beat it out. So that's a nice defensive play there. It's actually what Jason was trying to do last night when he was credited with the error on that ball he was charging. Shortstop. You just try to get the short hop. If you wait back, you get the in-between hop, and then you get eaten up.
1-0 the count to Gross, taking the first pitch. And a base hit, struck right back through the middle. Well, Gross has been swinging a very good bat. He hit the off-speed pitch into center field.
He can hit a fastball because he's got a short swing. That lead arm, he gets a nice flex of the lead arm. He gets the ball very quickly. Nice short compact swing, and he reads the ball well out of the pitcher's hand.
He's hitting up around 330 the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
Deoner Navarro. Back in at first base, and you know, this is one thing the Rays will do. Johnson tossing the ball over there. If you forget about Gross, he'll steal on you. Yeah,
those are the fun guys, because you think, well, he doesn't run all that well, he's not going to go, and yet he sneaks a few stolen bases on you.
It's a strike. And that's one thing the Rays will do. We talked about how well they run the bases, and they're aware of a pitcher showing on a pitch or two that he's not paying any attention to Gross. Pat Burrell has a couple stolen bases that way this year, same way.
When you advance scout the Rays, I mean, that should be in the advanced scouting reports. Anybody might run if you don't pay attention to them.
A 2-strike count to Navarro.
It's a very tough club, the Rays, to manage against for that reason, and for a catcher especially, calling a game, because your tendency, well, I want to call a few more fastballs so I have something better to throw on. But you still have to call your game according to who's at the plate and what your pitcher's strengths are.
Johnson continues to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, if you get a little bit of edge away from the hitter, 20% concentration over there on Gabe Gross, it might help with mistake.
Gabe's on the move, and Navarro chased a high pitch, tried to hold up. He's out on strikes, and that retires the side. Second strike.
the Shields mullet almost back there. If it a little bit longer, we could have had the Shields mullet, something like that. But I do like the little scruftiness on the chin. But I got Navi minus the mask with an effeminate finish.
Well, that's our Geico quote of the day from Joe Madden. Of the first 10,000 youngsters 14 and under receive a James Shields bobblehead presented by Geico. It's Sunday. Every Sunday, Family Fun Day presented by the St. Petersburg Times. It's a great deal. Hanley Ramirez loops one into shallow right field for a base hit. He will make the turn at first and hold. He is 2 for 2. You get a ticket, a Pepsi product, and a snack starting at just $18. That'll be the case this Sunday when the Rays take on the Marlins. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com.
We got a lot of first ball hitters on this ball club.
Marlins have picked up 5 hits. Here's Jorge Cantu.
Well, that's twice for Hanley. He's seen 2 pitches. He got a double to left and a bloop single to right.
Cantu popped to first in the first. It's a chopper to third. Longoria is going to have to take it to first, and a nice job by Pena shuffling his footwork over there to stay on the bag. Ramirez moves into second on that little chop.
Yeah, and the right move for Evan Longoria. No chance to get the very speedy Hanley Ramirez. Make sure you get an out. Minimize the potential big inning. Again, first pitch. I mean, that helps James Shields with the pitch count. That's for sure.
One on, one out. Ross Glode in the batter's box. That's a strike. Glode retired to end the first on a ball that actually hit the bag at first base, and Pena made a nice play on it. One and one.
Yeah, that's a case where Carlos saved a run. That was a great play. Shields almost didn't get over there in time, but once he realized Carlos had it, he busted his tail over there to make the play.
Liner into right field. Gross with a little leap makes the catch. The tag at second. Ramirez will go over to third. Glode lines to right for the second out.
Not an easy play for Gabe Gross, too. That ball was squared up nicely right at him. That's the toughest play for an outfielder, and he was able to do that little leap, as you said, make the play. Hope for an instant like that ball might take off and get over his head.
Dan Uggla. And a nice pitch on the outside corner, a breaking ball to start him for a strike. Uggla with his 15 home runs. He had 32 last year. Well, the Marlins got 32 home runs last year from their second baseman Uggla, and 33 from their shortstop Ramirez.
Both guys made the National League All-Star team last year.
You got him. Uggla's out on strikes, so that retires the side.
thousands of kids that have gone to college with Bright Future scholarships. We have coworkers that go to college on behalf of the Bright Future Scholarship. So that's something we're really proud of, and it's really tangible.
Tom, Mike, thank you very much. By the way, guys, I'm going to be out there tomorrow at Bill Curry Ford Lincoln Mercury, as you see B.J. Upton taking a pitch. And they're going to be giving away a new Ford Mustang. There's going to be hot dogs, sodas. The Mustang Club of Tampa will display their top cars 10 to 2 tomorrow, Bill Curry Ford in Tampa. And one of the 10 people that are sitting in our Fox Sports Florida Sun Sports Suite tonight, one of those 10 people will win a 2010 Ford Mustang convertible. They will be one of those people right there. We'll be leaving with a brand new car tomorrow from Bill Curry Ford. Guys, back to you.
Todd, very good. You've got a chance to make a new friend.
Absolutely.
Oh, that'll be great.
Pretty pumped up. They should be.
We've got a 1 in 10 shot now.
That's right. Pretty good odds.
BJ fouls this one off a fastball riding in on him, and the count is 1-2.
Yeah, that was a stay alive pitch. That was a riding fastball in on his hands. BJ able to get his hands inside it and get a piece of it to foul it off.
He loops it towards short right. Hermida coming in, and he can't come up with it. Ball bouncing away, and Uggla's going to have to go retrieve it. That'll go as a 2-base hit. A double for Upton as it ricocheted off Hermida, who made a diving attempt.
Well, the Marlins got a bloop hit by Hanley Ramirez, and B.J. Upton just protection swing right there, right on the outside corner of that pitch. And nice effort by Hermida. Tries to backhand it. Couldn't come up with it. Caromed off his right shoulder and bounced away far enough for B.J. to get his 17th double.
So now Carl Crawford steps in. Game tied 1-1. Crawford offers to bunt and fouls it right back into the screen. So the Rays with a chance to break out in front.
Carl did that on his own. Corners are in. He did that on his own just to try to get BJ over and maybe get a base hit out of it as well.
And a line drive right to Hanley Ramirez at shortstop. Crawford, who had singled to center his first time, lined this one right to Ramirez. One out. Now Evan Longoria steps in. Evan hit the ball deep to center field. He sent Ross all the way to the wall and into the wall to make the catch. Back to second, and it bounces away, but not far enough to give BJ a chance.
Well, that's why it's not a bad play by Carl Crawford. I didn't get the bunt down, so I'll just swing the bat. He squared up nicely. And the reason it's okay is because, number one, it's early in the game. Number two, you got B.J. Upton, who can steal third base. And if he doesn't steal it, you take the attention away from Longoria, because you have to worry about him if you're Johnson.
Ground ball down to third and skips up the left field line. Upton's going to score, and the Rays take a 2-1 lead. Off the glove of Bonifacio, and up the left field line, an RBI for Longoria, his 62nd.
That's why Evan wanted to play tonight. Not 100% with that leg, but he's still swinging the bat well. Gets it right off the glove of Bonifacio. And then no man's land. That's plenty of time for Carl Crawford to score. Now this is interesting. He got the shift on, but Hanley Ramirez stays at his normal spot, and Bonifacio went over. Bonifacio went right here. Right there. That's Bonifacio, the third baseman. Hanley stays right there.
And here's Carlos Pena. Pitches up. 1 ball, no strikes. Rays with 2 runs, 5 hits.
All different designs of how to do the shift, isn't there?
You have to think that perhaps with a runner at first, they just leave Ramirez at short because
that's right.
He's a little more familiar if they get a chance to turn a double play.
Absolutely. You want him with the play in front of him. And he's got the better range too. That's, you know, the last thing you want is Hanley Ramirez having to move and make a play from the second base side and have what you're not familiar with, and then get hurt at second base. So that's exactly what you do with your superstar player. Leave him at his normal position.
2-0 the count. Pena taps it foul. Carlos had a very good at bat. He went to 3-2. And on the 7th pitch of the at bat in the first, got a fastball that Johnson brought down, and he lined an RBI single into center field. Takes a good look at this one down, and the count's 3-1. Each team with 5 hits. Bottom of the 3rd. And ball 4 is wide, and a very good look by Pena. That pushes Longoria into second base. 2 men on. 1 out for Ben Zobrist.
A little trip to the mound now for Mark Wiley. Words of advice for Josh Johnson.
So with 2 on, 1 out, the Marlins talk it over. Stop in any Bay Area Beef O'Brady's restaurant. Sign up your mom to win a Rays VIP fan pack. It includes a meet and greet with a Rays player, Rays jersey, tickets, field passes, and a $100 gift card to Beef's. The deadline to enter will be July 29th. We'll see you at Beef's. Well, that could be a great treat for mom. An all-star mom. Rays have scored the go-ahead run in the 3rd. Trying to get more with Zobrist stepping in. Takes the pitch in off the plate. He started him with that pitch he struck him out with in the first.
Yeah, that was an 89-mile-an-hour slider that he got bent on a 2-2 count. Got him swinging.
Again, down and in. Out of the strike zone with a slider, and it's 2-0. Strike. Well, that was a nice and easy fastball.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the neighborhood of 96 to 98.
Yeah, nice fluid delivery on that one. He didn't try to overthrow, and the ball came out quicker. The more you hump up, actually, the slower your arm action will be.
Foul ball. Back to the slider. 3 of the 4 pitches Zobrist seen have been sliders.
Well, what they're talking about right there, you got 2 ways to go. You can try to go up above Ben's hands, because he does have his hands low from the left side, or you can go back to the slider, which is what you got Ben on the first time. That's what that little conversation was about. The decision will be Josh Johnson's.
2-2. 2 men on with 1 out. And a line drive going to be caught by Ramirez, and they're going to double up Longoria with a toss to Ugla, and that retires the side. Just couldn't get it over the head of Ramirez. Rays take the lead with a run. 2-3, 2-1 Tampa Bay. Under our wing. Who won the first game in Citrus Series history? That is our Aflac trivia question tonight. Got a 50-50 shot.
I won't guess yet. I'll wait.
It's Cody Ross to open the 4th. Starts him with a strike around the knees. A 2-1 ball game with the Rays leading. The Marlins have been better than anybody in the majors in 1-run games this year. They're 14-8. High pop fly, shallow left. Carl Crawford's there waiting. That's out number 1. In fact, we mentioned the Marlins have a little 5-game winning streak coming into this series, and 4 of their last 6 wins have been by 1 run. Here's Hermida. Pitch is high. 1-0. Reached on the infield hit, that little dribbler down to 3rd in the 2nd inning.
Wouldn't you know it for Evan Longoria? He's had all kinds of plays already in the first few innings here. A little chopper he had to try to field. Second base there, couldn't hold up on the line drive. And, you know, a lot of first quick moves for him. First step moves, which is tough when you got a little twinge in your leg. But you're trying to get healed up and play through it. Plus he's been on base. Well, he got the base hit. He almost hit a home run. Or a double first at bat.
Now 3-1 to count. That foul ball will take it full. And ball 4. Shields loses Hermida. Second walk issued by the Rays right-hander. There's Bonifacio coming up now. Singled into right field his first time.
Yeah, swung at the first pitch too. Got to be wary of that when you're thinking about throwing fastballs right away to him. He'll expand his own zone. Doesn't have a good on base percentage. And only hitting .217 from the left side of the plate.
And he's going to bunt. Did he offer? And he did on the appeal down to Ron Culpa.
Yep, sure did.
The Rays had Shields, Navarro, and Longoria all asking Culpa.
There's the push right there. The top hand pushed it, and then he pulled it back, but it was too late.
It's a 1-1 count. Shields has walked a couple, 2 strikeouts. The Marlins have a run and 5 hits.
Yeah, Bonifacio's got a on base percentage of .291. From the left side, it's .281.
Move to first. Amita back in. The Marlins little third baseman started the season on fire. He's cooled a bit since then. Started 14 of 29. Since then has hit .216 over the last 60 games. A little chopper. So he's down to the 9th spot now in their lineup with Coghlan recently moved up to the top of the order.
He is their stolen base leader. He's at 13. James Shields at 50 pitches now, 32 for strikes.
A ball, 2 strikes. 1 on, 1 out. And that is strike 3 call. Strikeout number 3 for the Rays right-hander.
Yeah, that was a smart sequence by Navarro and Shields. The off speed, little back door right there, because he didn't throw many things straight over the heart of the plate. Good pitch.
Two outs with Hermida still at first. We go to the top side of the order. Coghlan. Upstairs. A ball, no strikes. Coghlan has a double and a walk. Came in hitting close to .330 for the last 2.5 to 3 weeks. It's a fastball and a strike.
Yeah, Coghlan's got now 25 walks and 30 strikeouts, so that's a 1-to-1 ratio. And if you've never seen a guy, that's all you have to look at to tell you what kind of hitter he is. What that means when it's 1-to-1 ratio is that he works the count. He likes to see pitches, and I think the more pitches you see as a hitter, the better you're going to be as a hitter.
Foul back, 1-2. Well, he was playing over in New Orleans for the Zephyrs and was hitting .344 there in 25 games this year. 22 runs batted in 25 games there and a .344 average. Just missing away. Tried to start that outside and catch the corner.
Take a look at the pitch. It's outside. Right call. And Scott again turns the head, lets you know. Turns that head away from the plate, let you know it was outside.
2-2, and a fly ball back into right field. Gross will go to the track. He has room to make the catch, and that retires the side. Coghlan hit it a long way, about a step and a half from the wall. Rays lead 2-1, middle of the fourth. Two to one. Rays lead this game, and it's time to get the answer to our Aflac trivia question. Aflac, we've got you under our wing. Who won the first game in the Citrus Series? That would be the Florida Marlins in June 22nd of 1998. And we have video to document that. Rolando Rojo on the hill for the Rays. Kevin Stocker belting a home run, an opposite field home run for the Rays shortstop, their original shortstop. But ultimately, in 12 innings, this popper down the right side was deep enough to score Edgar Renteria. And the Marlins win 3-2 in the first meeting between these two clubs. Pat Burrell swings and misses the fastball. We're underway in the bottom of the fourth. Earl Bartlett and then Gross. 1-1. Caught the outside edge, a slider. 1-2. And a wave and a miss, and boy, I'm telling you, that's a pretty good sequence because that slider came out of exactly the same spot from which the fastball came.
Yeah, it did, and that slider is anywhere from 88 to 89 miles an hour, and then he goes up the ladder at 95 above Pat's hands for the strikeout.
One away, and the Rays fourth is Jason Bartlett. And the strike. Jason 0 for 1 with a little tap down to third his first time. This one foul off the mid of Baker. 19-game hitting streak for Bartlett. Not something that he's overly concerned with or that he's talked much about. It's the same approach day after day for Jason Bartlett. One ball, two strikes.
Yeah, it's tough because everybody else wants to talk about it.
Foul the other way.
And you know, when you're in a groove like that, you just want to ride that groove, stay in the flow, whatever term you like to use, as long as you can. Hopefully the whole season.
Yeah, and do everything the same way that you did it the day before.
Yep, that's exactly right. Repetition. Stay in your routine. What players love to do.
Swing and a miss. And another healthy fastball. 2 strikeouts in the inning.
Yeah, he's lathered up pretty good now. That was 98. And he hit 99 and 98 to Jason Bartlett going up above the hands. And Jason's quick. He's got a very quick swing, and he was able to get it by him.
Now Gabe Gross. Rays scored a run in the first, a run in the third. The Marlins got a run in the first, 2-1 as we play in the bottom of the fourth. It's high. 1 ball, no strikes.
Amazing that Johnson could come back. I saw his first start when he came back from surgery, Tommy John surgery. It was against the Dodgers last year, and he was throwing just like this. I couldn't believe it.
1-1.
You know, when I talked to him about it the next day, he said, I'm just going to let it go. They say I'm healthy, so I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm just going to be myself. And he was throwing 95 that night, 96 right out of the chute, and he came back very quickly from that surgery, for relatively speaking, for a Tommy John.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, he's in command here in the fourth inning. He came back, made 14 starts, and went 7-1. He's made 15 starts this year for the Marlins and is 7-1.
Yeah, he had surgery August 3rd of 07. He had the Tommy John surgery done by Dr. Andrews in Birmingham. He came back July 11th of 08. I mean, he was only out about 11 months. That surgery normally is about 18 months.
2-2 and a looper base hit into left field. Soft looping line drive the other way for Gross, and he has his second hit. He's 2 for 2.
One of those you talk to down softly. Get it down softly. You talk to it. I know you talk to that one. You got to take it. Josh Johnson supplied the power on that one, just enough to get it over Bonifacio's head.
Here's Deanna Navarro. Navarro out on strikes his first time. Pitch catches the corner. Fastball for a strike. It's tough when he starts to hit corners.
Yeah, that's not good. Thought Dale was going to look away on that one again. He didn't.
And again, a move to first, and Gross is back in. On the low liner. Bonifacio came up with that low line drive off the bat of Navarro to retire the
2-1 Rays as the Marlins come to bat here in the 5th inning at Tropicana Field. A lot of special guests have been watching Rays baseball lately, and Stan Van Gundy has made his way to the game tonight. He's actually a good friend of Freddie Gonzalez. He was with the Heat, was Stan for a dozen years. Steve Clifford to his right, checking out a little baseball. The Orlando Magic head coach, Eastern Conference champions. He says he really enjoys getting away from the grind of basketball by enjoying a little baseball during the offseason. And guys, he certainly deserved his offseason after that run with the Magic. Back to you.
Yeah, they had a great year, and they're already starting to mix it up, looking toward the next year with
they got Carter, didn't they?
So they're already wheeling and dealing with an eye toward next year. 5th inning finds John Baker, the catcher, taking the first pitch for a strike. Baker up in the 2nd spot in the Marlins lineup. One and one to count. One ball, 2 strikes. Good idea to get this guy with Hanley Ramirez due next. He has been red hot.
Yeah, Hanley's been jumping on the first pitch. I think got to kind of see if he'll expand his zone and try to do the first pitch off the plate this time.
Pitch drops low. Baker did check on the change, and so the count is 2-2. Ball 3 up and maybe a little wide. So the count is full.
Hey, maybe triple up on it. One of those 3 are going to get over. Go ahead.
Fouls a fastball away. Again. Ground ball off the mound is short. Bartlett up with it, and his throw to Pena. So Shields stays right with Baker and gets him on the ground out.
Yeah, nice job by James. Came back with it that time. Get pound in the zone right there, and that's important with this guy coming up.
Yeah, Ramirez is 2 for 2 tonight. How about this? In the 5-game winning streak they put together, he had gone 9 for 19 with 3 homers and 13 runs batted in. 2 grand slams in that stretch. 1-0 the count to it.
That's a good first pitch right there. A little bit cutter off the plate. See if he'll chase it, get himself out.
2-0. Ramirez with the RBI tonight. It's a high fly ball back into left center field. That's Upton. 2 gone. 2 up, 2 down in the 5th. The Rays 10-game package has a nice ring to it. Buy 2 or more 10 packs, receive a replica 08 American League Championship ring. And if you select those games of your choice, you can also pick 4 premium games among that list. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com to select your games and receive your replica ring. Low and outside. An opening breaking pitch to Cantu. 1 ball, no strikes. Cantu 0 for 2. There's a strike on a fastball. 1-1.
Like that. 91 on the inside corner and up. Perfect.
Cantu looking for an off-speed pitch there.
Sure did.
Made a great pitch on the fastball. And a base hit into center field. Cantu has his first hit. 2-out single. Hits are even at 6 apiece.
Yeah, he just got that up. That's just not good location on that one. He's lucky that one wasn't hit out of the ballpark.
The hitter is Ross Gload.
Little hanger. Yeah, Gload. Lined out deep to right last time. A great play by Gabe Gross out there in right field.
Line drive. This is going to be in there and to right center field. Upton's going to try to cut it off. Cantu to third. They're going to wave him around. The relay throw to the plate is not in time as Navarro couldn't come up with the ball. And Cantu scores the tying run. Bo Porter waving Cantu around third, and he scores as Navarro could not come up with the throw.
Yeah, it's a ball, a little tailing action, but it was up. Nice play by BJ to get it back in. Good relay throw right here. The ball beat him, and had Navarro hung on to the throw, Cantu would have been out. The overhead, that little, yeah, he just didn't get the glove down all the way. Look for the runner just before he had the ball.
So it's a tie game. Now Uggla bounces one foul. That's a strike.
And really what you want to do defensively there, instead of opening yourself up and one-handing it and exposing your chest, is go down with 2 hands and put your left shoulder into Cantu and spear the ball with 2 hands and get the ball in your bare hand and let him run into your left shoulder. Then you won't get hurt and you'll be able to block the plate and make the play that way.
Popper on the infield, foul ball, and Navarro makes the catch to retire the side. But the Marlins pick up a run. We're tied. A tie game. Marlins open the scoring in the first on the RBI from Ramirez with a double. The Rays got a run back on the Carlos Pena base hit, scoring Crawford in the first. Rays grab the lead when Evan Longoria single home Upton in the third, but a run in the 5th inning. Ross Gload will get credit for a double on this, scoring Cantu, and the game is even 2-2 as we go to the home half of the 5th. B.J. Upton leading off. Takes a pitch outside. Upton doubled in the third and scored on Longoria's base hit. Inside. 2-0. Up and away. 3 balls, no strikes. Johnson giving the Rays the 2 runs, 6 hits, and there's ball 4. Upton draws the walk on 4 pitches to begin the bottom of the inning. Second walk issued by Johnson.
Now you get into Rays baseball right here. You get the right combo. BJ on first. Carl Crawford taking a long look down at third base to Tom Foley.
The Rays have a steal tonight. Crawford swiped second base in the first. Upton with his lead. And a move to first. BJ's back in.
Johnson's walked 2 now. He doesn't walk too many overall. It's a pretty good strikeout to walk ratio for a guy that throws as hard as he does. So it's a good pitch out situation for the Marlins right here early in the count.
Johnson holding the ball out there, and he's done a good job of paying attention to the runners.
Come off of pitching 4 balls in a row. I don't think you should go here first pitch.
The pitch is a strike to Crawford.
Of course, now it's a really good pitch out count, 0-1, because you can double it up. You can pitch out twice if you want to.
And the first, BJ's back in. Rays had a couple steals against Johnson in the start he made against them over in North Miami. Again, he holds the ball. Upton's going. Pitches a ball and the throw's not in time. And the Rays have their second steal tonight.
Yeah, see, I would have pitched out there. That's a great pitch out count, 0-1, and you show early enough in the game that you'll do it 0-1. You might come back and do it 1-1. But they didn't, and BJ gets a stolen base.
That's his 27th. He's 3rd in the American League with 27. Crawford swiped his 38th in the first. He leads the league in that category. So now Upton's at second with a 1-1 count to Crawford and nobody out. The game tied 2-2. One ball, 2 strikes.
Ball just kind of ran away from Carl. He tried to go to left field with it, but he couldn't get to it. Ball his 92 fastball, and it ran away from him. Really want to shorten up right here and just try to put it in play. Even a little chopper, whatever you can do to get BJ over to third base.
And a little chop, that is going to get the runner to third, and Carl makes a play of it at first, as you might well imagine. Uggla just did get him with his toss to Glode. Upton goes to third.
Not by much. You're right. But that's just a great at bat. I mean, that's when you got 2 strikes. Look at that ball's off the outside corner. But look how short Carl's swing was, and he just got him as his foot was in the air. That's a great at bat, right? And a good adjustment. That's why Carl Crawford should be an all-star. Why he's hitting .313 coming into this game, because he chased one and then he shortened up and made sure he did just what we talked about, hit the chopper.
He's done so many things like that this year in different parts of his game. He really, I think, has moved to another level. The pitch to Longoria is low, 1-0.
Yeah, you know what it is, Dwayne? It's situational hitting. It's understanding the situation. Sure, he would like to get a base hit, but he knows with his speed, if he can, and BJ's speed, if he can chop one, pound it into the ground, he can do exactly what he did, get BJ over to third base.
1-1 to Longoria, and we've seen him have those kinds of at-bats all year. He's really had a great first half. He really has.
I tell you, managers take notice. Joe Madden knows it. Steve Henderson, the hitting coach, knows it. I mean, that's a great at bat. Great adjustment after chasing 92 away.
High popper, short right. Ramirez there waiting, makes the catch. Holding down at third is Upton. So 2 gone. Reminder, fans, the Checkers Citrus Series wraps up Sunday. Checkers will donate $1,000 to the winning team's charity of choice, and you will win a 3-piece of Checkers Classic Wings. For details, see sunsportstv.com following the conclusion of Sunday's game. There's some wings riding on this.
I like wings. I'm a wing guy.
Hey, the Rays win this, there'll be wings for the entire crew.
Big time wing guy.
Carlos Pena up there now. 2 outs with Upton still at third. Pitch down and in. BJ came down the line. Pretty good piece with the shift on.
Yeah, see where Bonifacio is. He's so wide a third right here that BJ can go just as far down as Bonifacio is away from him. And he can get back to the bag before him.
2 balls, no strikes.
And it's not that he's going to try to steal home, because Johnson's in a stretch and you got Pena at the plate. And now they're going to adjust the shift a little bit. They didn't like BJ put Carlos on.
Yeah, they're going to put him on now.
They're not going to fool it.
And they got behind 2-0, and this will be an intentional walk. This is kind of interesting. You know, Zobrist coming up. He got him on a slider in the first. Been aware of the slider, very much aware of that in the third, and didn't have all that bad at bat against him. This is kind of an interesting move.
It is. It's like pitcher poison. I mean, that's the good thing about the way Ben Zobrist is swinging the bat. There's big time protection behind Carlos right now. And you know what that does also, if he can turn on one, he's got a hole in the right side. First baseman has to hold Carlos on, so you got a nice hole right here on the right side to shoot through as well. And Ben's got great bat speed from the left side. He can turn on one.
A pitch, a wave, and a miss, and that slider again from Johnson.
Well, sometimes with a pitcher too, it's not disrespect to Ben Zobrist. It's just there's a comfort level. That's a good slider right there, 88. Good tilt to it.
And there's strike 2.
Yeah, that's the top of the zone right there. And Dale Scott calls it. A little bit above the belt. That's the higher part of the strike zone that a lot of umpires won't call, but that by the book, that is a strike.
And this one gets away. And down the line from third comes Upton, and into second goes Pena as the Rays take the lead. Johnson threw another slider. And that's a wild pitch, giving the Rays a 3-2 lead.
And that goes back to the importance of Carl Crawford's at bat. Getting BJ over to third base and making the manager make a decision. I don't want to face Carlos Pena. 3 sliders in a row. Actually, it was carried off of Dale Scott's leg. Otherwise, it would have gone to the backstop.
So Upton scores the go-ahead run on a wild pitch. Foul ball, and I think that got a little part of Dale Scott as well.
It did. They're just trying to pound Ben Zobrist in. That was a fastball in. Throwing some sliders in. That's when you think they're going to come in and try to paint you away. Got the count to do it if he wants.
1-2. Swing and a miss. He came back with a slider. So they've worked him over with the slider tonight. The Rays get a run on the wild pitch and lead 3-2. By Aflac, we've got you under our wing. By The Collection, love cars? Join the club. And by Dolphin Carpet and Tile, guaranteed lowest prices on quality flooring. Now that's a good night at the ballpark right there. Rays gear and some ice cream.
Isn't it though? Got the full hand on that spoon. Gonna drop that.
Cody Ross leads off the 6th, and Shields throws him a pitch inside. James Shields with 73 pitches now, 1 pitch into the 6th. Put up a couple runs, 7 hits, 3 strikeouts, and a couple walks. 1-1 to count. Ramita next, and then Bonifacio.
Dale Scott. Navarro's going to go out there, and I think he's really giving Dale Scott a little break there, and might as well talk to James Shields too. That one went right off the mask of Dale Scott.
Yeah, Scott says, "Hey, what is going on here?"
It's a nice headache right there.
Navarro, 3 shots in the last few pitches.
Yeah, Navarro paying a little respect, giving the umpire some time. Look at this thing, right off his mask. Tip of the glove, side of the mask. Wow.
Foul back and a big cut. It's 1-2. Ross has had a run of about 4 or 5 weeks here where he's hit 350 or so.
You know, he's an interesting guy because he bounced around in AAA, always had good AAA years. I remember the Dodgers got him for a period, and every time he played for them, he hit home runs. And he found a home here with the Marlins.
That's a fly ball into left center field. Crawford on the run at the track and makes the catch. Nice running grab by Carl Crawford into left center field for the first out here in the 6th. Baseball's biggest stars go head-to-head for one spectacular night in the summer's biggest event. Fox brings you every thrilling moment of the 2009 MLB All-Star Game. Coverage begins Tuesday, July 14th, live from St. Louis at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox. Jeremy Hermida, and the pitch to him is a strike around the knees.
It won't be hot there, will it?
No, it's never hot in July in St. Louis.
You know that.
It's that river next to it that keeps it cool.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's it. Some of the hottest places
in
captivity are on those rivers. The Mississippi and the Ohio. Sobris takes care of that. Hermina's out of there. You know, St. Louis and Cincinnati. People talk about Florida being hot.
Oh, my goodness. I remember.
I love those places. They're great baseball towns, but they're hot in the summer. Right there on the Mississippi.
You know, when the Cardinals had turf in the old ballpark, you know this. How hot was it? 120 degrees on the turf?
I mean, guys could hardly stand to play defense out there.
They had ice buckets for their cleats, for their spikes.
Exactly right.
True story.
Bonifacio shortens on the bat, takes the pitch for a strike.
And the fact that he ran out of the box, that ball became a strike. It might have been down, but he ran out of the box up the bunt, and so Dale Scott makes the call.
Foul, 0-2. Bonifacio with Washington at 248 in 41 games. 246 right now for the Marlins. Moves away from the pitch. It's 1-2. He got on strikes. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. Ray.
Turns out, we'll take a look at that play. They looked at it for potential fan interference that may have allowed Carl Crawford to score had they decided there was fan interference. There you see Burrow's double going right over the wall, right to the seat where I'm sitting in right now. They ruled no fan interference, so Crawford stayed at third base. But had they ruled fan interference and allowed Crawford to score after the review, it may have opened up a whole can of worms as Burrow takes a pitch low, because, guys, they find out today Gary Cederstrom and his crew made a mistake. That was not a reviewable play. Cederstrom apologized before his game tonight between the Padres and the Rangers. Back to you.
All righty. This one is outside. The count is 1-1.
Well, that's the way we understood the rule. It confused us, too.
It did.
When they went inside, I'm thinking, what are they doing? It's only on boundary calls for home runs. Fair or foul.
Yeah.
Down the line, you know. Foul
I'll say this, Joe Madden is one persuasive guy.
You bet.
2-2. Got those umpires together, and they talked it over and decided to go review it. Count is full to Pat Burrow. So I'll tell you, if Madden wasn't a major league manager, you might want him to be your attorney.
Hey, believe me, you can use it.
And there is strike 3 call on Pat. That starts the bottom of the 6th inning, and a 3-2 slider from a guy who throws 98.
Yeah, kind of went around the inside corner of the plate. There was a strike, but it's not exactly where he wanted it.
Jason Bartlett starts him with a fastball, mid-90s for a strike. Jason fouls that one back. He got behind in the 4th inning, 1-2, and struck out on a fastball with plenty on it. Fastball up. Now he's down 0-2 this time around. Fouls it away. That fastball.
You know, there's not many pitchers in baseball that can get into the 6th inning and overall in the league have a 2.66 ERA with 2 pitches. He's thrown no changeups tonight. Fastball, slider.
Ground ball chopped to short, charged by Ramirez. The throw to first is in time. 2 up, 2 down for the Rays in the 6th, and we'll take a look at our Firestone leaderboard. The Rays and the Marlins in interleague play. The Angels 11-4, and the Rays tied for second with the Marlins 10-5 in interleague play. The Minnesota Twins also with the 10-5 mark. It's Gabe Gross. Gross 2 for 2 and fouls the first pitch away. That's 100 pitches for Johnson now.
Yeah, the bullpen's working because of that. Now Johnson has thrown as much as 119, 114, 113. Those are his top 3 as far as pitch count this year. The Rays have done a good job working the count.
Ground ball up the middle, base hit into center, and Gabe Gross is 3 for 3. Well, Gabe's father is here, and we might have to have him stay in town for a while. Gabe continues that hot hitting.
Yeah, it's a nice short swing. Take a look. Nice little flex right here of the lead arm. Look at this. Just a nice little short compact swing right there. Squares it up nicely. Good extension. Just gets through the ball. Look at that. Nice little short finish. Let the power of Josh Johnson help you there. Don't try to overswing. That's a nice compact swing by Gabe.
Deanna Navarro. It's a strike. Three runs, 7 hits for the Rays. 2 runs, 7 hits for the Marlins. Right-hander Brooke Badenhop in the bullpen for Florida. Well, we've seen this a few times tonight with Johnson paying attention to Gross at first. This scenario has occurred in 3 consecutive innings. A 2-out single by Gabe. Straight back, and that's going to be close to our radio brethren over there. I hope they had some help to make the play. So far, that's the only way they've been able to use that net. And they had to have help for that.
That's winter ball style right there.
Pitch is high. Gross on the move, and he's going to be thrown out at second. Gross tagged out. Caught stealing. Ramirez put the tag on him to retire the side. We go through 6, 3-2, Tampa Bay. Swings into the 7th inning. First game of the series. We'll be with you tomorrow in high definition on Fox Sports Florida. Our coverage will begin at 6:30 as the Citrus Series continues.
Old-fashioned charting right now. A lot of times the next day starter doesn't chart the game. Used to.
The top of the order, Chris Coughlin. Good to the strike. The Rays have the night game tomorrow and a day game on Sunday, and then they hit the road again. Fly ball lifted into center. BJ to his right. Now Carl's there, but BJ right alongside makes the catch. So squaring away the communication lines out there, and BJ grabs it. John Baker will be the hitter. We have Johnson at 105 pitches through 6. Baker fouls this one back, and Shields working here in the 7th inning. Got him at 86.
And the Marlins have the bullpen still going, so perhaps that may be it. Either way for Johnson.
1-1 to count to Baker.
As well as Johnson has thrown, the Rays made him work. As they always do.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's really becoming their trademark. Baker missing a changeup. Even against a guy, Johnson, let's face it, he's 7-1. He had the 4th best ERA in the National League. Opposition hitting only .219 off him. And the Rays really battled him. And still 1-2 to Baker.
It's the type of game that when I talked to Joe Madden earlier today, it was about 3 o'clock, he said, listen, we're going to have to play this against Johnson like it's going to be a 1-run game and a low-scoring game, and that's exactly what it's been.
1-2 now.
It's not the way that you say, hey, oh, we're going to score 10 every night. But, you know, when you got the guy throwing as well as Johnson is this year, 2.66 ERA, you know runs are going to be at a minimum.
Wave and a miss. Baker's out on strikes. Another changeup. 5 strikeouts for Shields. 2 outs in the 7th.
It's a great changeup right here. Watch this. Fading action. There's a 3-finger grip. Deep in the palm. And same arm speed as his fastball.
Now it's the dangerous Hanley Ramirez, 2 for 3. And a strike on the outside corner. Boy, that's a dandy pitch.
That's big right there because Hanley swinging the bat, as you said last time up, so well. A little paint on the outside corner, a little breaker.
1-1.
You know, you're at that point of the game where you have bullpen help and you start counting outs. If you're the manager, that's what you do. Okay, looking at matchups now here.
Oh, long shot to left, and that's going to get out of here to tie the game as Ramirez continues his hot hitting. That's his 12th home run of the year. His 3rd hit tonight, and this game is tied 3-3.
Well, that's why he's one of the premier players in the game. He doesn't miss mistakes. That was a hanger. Big time hanger right there. That's what great hitters do with hanging breakers.
Shields touch for the home run. The game now 3-3. I mean, how hot can Ramirez be? Pitch is upstairs to Cantu. The high slider. Ramirez 3 for 4 tonight. He's 12 of his last 23. Ground ball sharply hit into left past the diving Longoria. So Cantu is aboard. That's his 2nd hit.
Well, it's tough because, and here comes Joe Madden. When the guy's that hot, it's not that you don't want to throw strikes to him. You just got to make sure that's the one guy you can't let beat you. Sounds like a negative, but you got to respect when a guy's that hot. He's in a groove.
Well, that's going to be it. With the left-handed hitter up, a pitching change coming.
done a great job. Look at that batting average against right down here. 135. Gload has had a couple of good at-bats against James Shields, and that's the reason you're seeing the matchup right here, lefty on lefty.
Gload takes the pitch down. Choate was in each of the last 2 games of the Phillies series. He pitched an inning on Wednesday and an inning last night. It's fouled and the count is 1-1. So the home run by Ramirez has tied the game. Cantu followed with a base hit. Grant Balfour busy in the Rays bullpen here in the top of the 7th inning. And a strike down around the knees.
Yeah, that's nasty right there. That's what Joe Madden wanted. He wanted a different look, especially with that submarine type action to Ross Gload, because he's spurred up a couple balls pretty well. Lined out deep to right and hit that double to right center for an RBI last time up.
Way down and away. Yeah, he easily could be 3 for 3 because his first time up, he hit the ball that hit the bag at first, and Pena made a nice play on that one to get him.
Yes, he did. That's exactly right. Well, it's the type of grind 'em out game that Joe Madden expected. It's a bullpen game now.
The 2-2 pop foul the other way. Out of play. Gload this year against lefties. Limited at bats 12, but he has 4 hits.
He's got a nice swing. 298 right now as we speak.
Choate is 2-2 with him. And he missed wide. Runs the count full. Dan Uggla due next, and Balfour is ready in the bullpen up the right field side.
Yeah, Randy's in here to get one man. That's the guy standing at the plate right here.
And there's ball 4. So Gload walks. Cantu pushed up to second base. So with 2 outs, 2 men on, and a tie game, Joe Madden emerges from the dugout once again as Uggla is announced, and the call to the bullpen for the right-hander, Grant Balfour. And the Rays bullpen has been very good lately. Last 16 games with a 1.13 earned run average. In fact, for the entire month of June, opposing hitters have hit just 192 against him with a 188 ERA. One of the reasons the Rays have had the major's second best record since April the 30th, behind only the Dodgers.
Yeah, and Grant Balfour has been much better last several times out as well. Look at his numbers. Averaging a strikeout an inning. He's getting 236 against him in a tough situation against Dan Uggla right here.
2 on, 2 out. Uggla went 0 for 3 against Shields and takes a look at the first pitch. That's a strike and an opening slider from Balfour,
which he's been throwing more of and getting them over. That's really helped his fastball, because they can't just sit on one pitch. He's been very effective with the slider.
Another one taken for a ball outside. It's 1-1. Grant pitched an inning and 2/3 last night. Gave up a hit and picked up 2 strikeouts. Fly ball toward right center field. B.J. Upton is tracking it, makes the catch, and that retires the side. Run scores on the homer. We're tied 3-3. Rewind. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Rays and the Marlins, first game of the series, moving into the bottom of the 7th inning. It's a 3-3 contest. New pitcher for Florida, Burke Badenhop. Johnson worked 6, gave up 3 runs, 7 hits, struck out 6, walked 3, threw a wild pitch, and Deanna Navarro's the first man for the Rays to face Badenhop tonight. First pitch is a strike. One and one. Tap foul. 1-2 now.
Sweeping slider right there that Deanna chased. Badenhop normally induces a lot of ground ball outs. Pretty good sink on his fastball.
18th appearance. He made one start at the end of May against the Phillies. 2-2 count now. And the count is full to Navarro.
Beyond able to lay off of that one. Better right there.
Taps it foul. So another 3-2 pitch to be made.
And Deanna swung at ball 4 right there. He's able to lay off the 2-2 pitch, which is not a bad pitch. It was a tough pitch to lay off of, and then he chases one down. Would have been in the dirt.
3-2 and a shot back into right. Hermida back, and it's going to be over his head. He plays the carom, and they're going to hold Navarro to a single. A 3-2 pitch, and Deanna hit it hard over Hermida's head and off the wall.
Boy, he did. That had a great sound to it. He squared that one up. Yeah, right over the heart of the plate. Good quick swing. Hermida plays this perfectly. No chance for 2 right there.
So Navarro's at first. We'll go to the top of the order here. B.J. Upton. B.J. with a double and a walk. He lined to right his first time. And he takes a pitch. That's a strike. Fastball from Badenhop. Badenhop, 26 years old. And a fly ball lifted toward right center. Ross and Hermida makes the catch. One away. Dan Wheeler is up in the bullpen for the Rays. Here's Carl Crawford.
Carl's had 3 good at bats tonight. Base hit in the first, ended up scoring, lined out to short in the third, and that little chopper that he 2-strike chopper helped get BJ to third, who eventually scored the 3rd run for the Rays.
He takes a look at a pitch down. No ball, no strikes. 1 on with 1 out. Crawford hits it into left field. Coghlan coming on, and he makes a diving grab, hanging on. And back to first goes Navarro. An outstanding defensive play by Coghlan. Ball not hit all that hard and started to sink on him, and he made the grab. That would be the Home Depot doing more on defense play of the night.
And Carl was just trying to serve that in the left field. That's a great catch by Coghlan, laying flat out. Of course, if that gets by him, that's at least a triple. At least a triple and a run in, maybe more.
Evan Longoria. Pitch sweeps wide. The slider. 1 ball, no strikes. Now 2-0. Badenhop in his first inning in relief of Josh Johnson, who pitched 6 innings, made 105 pitches. left field side beyond the bullpen and out of play.
Evans' eyes lit up because he got a pitch up. He was ready to turn on it. Just a little bit too much inside, but that's the type of swing you want on a 2-0 count. You want to try to hit it out of the ballpark.
In there for a base hit. Navarro's going to go to third. The throw's into second. Put Rays runners on the corners. First and third with 2 gone for Carlos Pena. It's going to get Freddie Gonzalez out of the dugout. He's got the left-hander in the bullpen. He's going to go that way right now. So Badenhop gives up a couple hits, and we'll be back with a new pitcher in a moment. The Rays have put men at first and third. AL East standings, Boston up on New York by 4, 5 in front of the Blue Jays and 6 over the Rays. Orioles 12 back. Rays looking for their 40th win tonight, and right now tied. They'll face the left-hander Reniel Pinto, making his 29th appearance. He's 2-0.
Yeah, Pinto's got a good arm. He'll get it into the 90s. Got a slider to go with it that he'll try to put lefties away with. And Carlos Pena certainly knows that.
He's just back from the disabled list. He's been active about a week. A little elbow inflammation. Return to action on the 19th. Here's Carlos Pena hitting against him. Goes after the first fastball and fouls it out of play. Strike one. Pinto, the third pitcher of the night for Florida. Waves through it. Fastball, 0-2.
Yeah, he got it in that spot where Carlos has to lay off that one just right at or above his hands. So right underneath it.
He's down 0-2. Navarro third, Longoria first. Up and in. There's something on that one, moves him out of there.
take a look. And Baker setting up away. That just got away from Pinto. He wasn't trying to go inside. It'll work effectively as a high and tight fastball, but that's not where he was trying to go.
Pitch away. It's 2-2. Carlos lifetime 0-2. Nothing of 2 against Pinto with a couple of walks. Brian Sanchez in the bullpen now. Two. High pop foul. That's out of play. Fastball.
Everything hard so far. No sliders.
Pinto worked 2 nights ago against Baltimore. Pitched 1 inning and gave up a walk. And now it's a full count.
Well, that was a slider that he slowed his arm action down. It didn't have the same arm speed as the fastball, and I think Carl should be able to recognize that. That's why he spit on it right there. It was not the same arm speed as his fastball.
The 3-2 and a swing and a miss. Pena strikes out. Tie. We go to the 8th inning, and it's time for the stay in the game hold of the day, brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. Look into the Rays bullpen. Grant Balfour has 10 holds, Dan Wheeler 8, Brian Schaus with 6, Joe Nelson 5, and J.P. Howell 4. Against his middle relievers, keep their teams in the game. You too can stay in the game with Just for Men Hair Color. Dan Wheeler will make his 30th appearance of the year, taking over here in the 8th. Face Cody Ross to lead off the 8th. 3-9-0 for Florida, 3-9-0 for the Rays. Ross Ross 3 times has gone out to left. The first pitch is down a bit. 1 ball, no strikes.
Dan, when he keeps the ball down like he's been doing, he gets those ground balls, and that's exactly what you want with Cody Ross. With those 3 fly balls you mentioned, nothing in the air right now. What Joe Maddon's thinking too.
Crawford made a great running catch on the ball to hit in the 6th. There's a chopper to shortstop. Marlins throws in time. Ross is out of there. 1 away.
Yeah, he did. Crawford made a great running catch, and I mean that's exactly what Joe Maddon's thinking. Hey, let's get the ground balls here, and Dan's a ground ball pitcher.
See J.P. Howell up in the Rays bullpen. No, it's Jeremy Hermida. He's been on twice. He reached on the infield hit in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, and grounded out in the 6th inning. All of that came against James Shields. Pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Hermida hitting .259 for the year. There's a strike.
That's nasty movement right there. Good tailing action. Outside corner.
A 1-1 count. And a popper on the left side. Longoria sets up under it, makes the catch. Get him on the off-speed pitch. Might have been a split.
I think it was. He made it try to get underneath it, get through it, and drive it. So popping it up.
2 outs with the bases empty. Here's the third baseman, Bonifacio. Singled in the 2nd. It's called out on strikes in the 4th, out swinging in the 6th. And a swinging bunt. He fouls that one, strike 1.
Yeah, he was trying to slap that ball right past Evan Longoria down the left field line. Not a bad thought process. As playing in for a bunt.
Marlins tied this game with the home run in the 7th. 3-3 in the 8th. And a soft liner into left, and it is a base hit. Crawford could not hang on. A soft sinking liner. Bonifacio is aboard.
Crawford was playing shallow. I mean, as shallow as he could have been, and you can't play any more into that. And look at this, just couldn't quite hang on to it. It's a great effort, though. Kept the ball in front at least. If that ball gets by him, Bonifacio already has an inside the park home run this year. He could fly.
And Joe Maddon out of the dugout now. He wants the left-hander to face Coghlan. Marlins make a pitching change in this tie game 3-3. A runner at first, 2 outs, and with the left-handed bat of Chris Coghlan due up, J.P. Howell gets the call.
Yeah, J.P.'s been closing a lot, but Joe Madden likes the matchup, so it's not by design that J.P.'s only going to come in a closing situation. That's for sure. Plus, it's a little tougher for Bonifacio to steal on the lefty.
He is their top base stealer. 13 out of 18 in that department.
Most likely Bonifacio just try to guess and go first move.
A little chop headed to second. Zobrist makes the throw to first, and that retires the side. No runs, a walk, a man left. We go to the bottom of the 8th, tied 3-3. On Fox Sports Florida, brought to you by Tobacco Free Florida. Tobacco Free Florida wants you to be tobacco free. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com for more information. And by Subway, play hard, eat fresh. From Tropicana Field tonight, with Kevin Kennedy and Todd Callis, Dwayne Stats with you. Great to have you looking in as well. Mystery guest.
Yeah. Hasn't Ben homered yet?
It's about time. Ben hitting right-handed against Pinto. Pitch is down. 1-0. Zobrist, Burrell, and Bartlett due up for the Rays here in the 8th. Strike around the knees.
Oh, that's about as low as Dale Scott's gone all night behind the plate.
Well, you know, Zobrist, he's really tested the vertical part of the strike zone with Ben. You know, he had that high strike called on him earlier, and then that low strike right there.
Yeah, that's Dale's been pretty consistent behind the plate. Dale Scott, it's about as low as he's gone.
Two balls and a strike to count. Ball 3.
Ben's very paid. I mean, he's looking for a zone and a pitch right here.
And there's ball 4. The Rays get the leadoff man on base here in the 8th. Zobrist takes over at first. Pat Burrell's going to be the hitter. 1 for 3 with a walk lifetime against Pinto. Zobrist the base runner.
Playing the line, nice hole on the left side.
Fastball is high.
No doubles right there. You see Bonifacio. I mean, there's a nice hole on that left side. Of course, Pat wants to get one in the air. Not a bunt situation. That's not why you signed Pat Burrell.
1-0 pitch. Up and away. 2-0. Pinto came on in the 7th. Struck out Carlos Pena on a 3-2 slider. He walked Zobrist here in the 8th, and now it's 2-0 to Burrell. And a fly ball into center field. Right at Cody Ross. 1 away. Zobrist still at first with 1 away, and now it's going to be Bartlett. And they're keeping tabs of Jason's hitting streak. It's now a club record 19. Tonight he is 0 for 3. One on, one out. Tie game here in the 8th. We'll have the post game coming your way immediately following our contest. Bartlett fouls the fastball. He was on that first pitch fastball.
Yeah, he was all over that. He knows it. He knows that was a pitch he can drive out of the ballpark, or at least in a gap. High fastball, 91, and Jason was all over it. Wow. Good swing. What you're looking to do early in the count. Hit one in the gap, try to drive Ben in.
On the count. 1-1.
Dale Scott that time. He got down there with it. Did a nice job trying to track it. He used his legs and got down there like a hitter, trying to go down and see a low pitch.
Swing and a miss. Changeup.
Yeah, that's a good pitch. Little equalizer right there. That was pretty good arm speed, 77 miles an hour.
Zobrist takes his lead. The pitch is fouled. Another fastball fouled away. Each one of these teams 10-5 in interleague play. Rays took 2 out of 3 from the Marlins in May.
Freddie Gonzalez was flashing out signs just in case Ben Zobrist might be running.
The 2-2 is fouled again. A fastball foul up the right side and into the stands.
A modified slide step too by Pinto. Very quick to the plate right there.
ball down to third. Douglas second out there and safe at first. Now Bartlett beat the attempt at a double play. The inning will continue. Zobrist forced at second.
Yeah, that's just good hustle by Bartlett. That's a nice turn by Uggla. Gets it over there quickly. Bartlett beats it by just a tick right here. Wow.
That was very close.
It was.
At first. Could have gone either way. Well, here's Gabe Gross. He's 3 for 3 tonight, and he's stepping in here against the lefty. You know, left-handers so far this year have actually hit for a little higher average off Pinto than right-handed hitters, to the tune of 293 to 200.
Well, I could see that because he's got a good changeup. When he throws that changeup to righties, that's the equalizer. Threw one to Jason Bartlett in a hitter's count. And against lefties, he's fastball slider. The slider, the couple of sliders he threw to Pena, he kind of telegraphed it from my vantage point. Bartlett just chased a bad one when he struck out last inning, but you can see the difference between the slider and the fastball. He slowed his arm down.
Time called. All 3 of Gabe's hits tonight have come with 2 outs. Single in the second, single in the fourth, single in the sixth. Hitting again here in the 8th. He takes ball 1. Gabe's 5 of 14 against left-handed pitching this year.
Yeah, he's gone the other way too, very well against lefties. When he gets those breaking balls or fastballs away.
Bartlett with the lead, and a long drive, but it's going to be foul. Boy, he got home run distance, but well foul out in front of the fastball.
Well, he won't see that again. Got a fastball up and he turned on it. His eyes lit up. Let's see how far outside Baker sits now. Back in.
That's too far in. Up and in. 2 balls and a strike.
You gotta be careful when you want to trick people. That was a good miss. But Gabe's got the count in his favor.
Bartlett, who reached on the fielder's choice, away from first. And there's ball 3. 3-1.
See, to me, that slide, you can see him kind of telegraphs the slider. Just tries to throw it like a dart almost. When he throws his fastball, he just airs it out. Quicker arm speed. He throws his slider, he tries to guide it.
Three balls and a strike. Tie game, bottom of the 8th. Baker is headed to the mound. Tied up in the 7th. Florida led 1-0. Rays tied it 1-1. Took a 2-1 lead. Florida tied it in the 5th 2-2. Rays took a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 5th. And the Marlins tied it with a run in the 7th.
Gonna throw over to first here. Yeah. thumb by the catcher, maybe sort of throw her to first base.
So it's a 3-1 count. And there is ball 4. He threw him a slider. So that pushes Bartlett up to second base. Couple walks in the inning. Men at first and second. 2 gone, and Deanna Navarro will bat. Freddie Gonzalez comes out of the dugout. That's going to be
half a point right there. Very effective in 15 in the 3rd inning. Had a very hard curveball. Best pitch.
Sanchez 3 days ago against Baltimore. 3rd of an inning, it gave up a hit. And here's Navarro. Navi singled off the wall in the 7th inning. Liner into right. There goes Bartlett stealing 3rd, and the pitch bounces away. And trailing down to second base goes Gross. No, Bartlett was breaking. He's going to get a steal. Gross trails into second. It's 1-0 to Navarro.
That's the curveball right there. Baker able to at least keep it in front of him. Didn't let it get through his legs right there. Good overhead shot right there.
So it's 2nd and 3rd now. 1-0 the count to Navarro. It's upstairs.
Well, and the reason that's important, that puts more pressure on Baker to block the curveball from Sanchez, because he likes to throw that thing right over the top and bounce it, especially with 2 strikes.
The 2-0 pitch. Ball 3. So a 3-0 count here. They're going to go ahead and finish the walk. It will be an intentional walk now. So the bases will be loaded. Wiley, the pitching coach, heads to the mound.
Wow,
Bases will be loaded for Upton.
well, that's interesting strategy. I mean, Navi's having a tough time, especially from the left side of the plate. What it does to Sanchez, it makes him, he has to throw strikes to BJ, and BJ works the count extremely well, and BJ's been hot. You do have a force at any base, but with a base open, I would have let my pitcher just take a shot at trying to come back and get Navarro out. Navi will chase some pitches.
Well, here we go. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. The game is tied 3-3. BJ has a double and a walk tonight, 2 runs scored. Rays have him loaded. And BJ fouls the first pitch, strike 1. BJ did face Sanchez in the earlier series. He's 0 for 2 lifetime against him. Sends a fly ball into right center field. That ball's got some carry off the bottom of the wall. Bartlett scores. Gross scores. Here comes Navarro to the plate. It's a double for Upton, and the Rays break the tie and grab a 6-3 lead. B.J. Upton hit one off the wall in right center field, clearing the bases.
Here's your checkers double of the game. He gets a fastball right down the middle and goes with it. Kind of middle away. What a great swing right there. I mean, it's not a second guess. It's a first guess. That's why we said, and I just don't agree with that strategy at all. I don't get that. Walking Navarro. I'm sorry. No disrespect to Navi, but that's the kind of moves where managers down the road end up losing their jobs on. And I like Freddie Gonzalez. I think he's a good baseball man, but I didn't get that.
There's Crawford now, waving and missing at the off-speed pitch. Upton unloads his 18th double of the year, and the Rays have a 3-run lead.
One man expands his zone all the time. If anybody in lineup does, it's Navi, and the other man is very selective.
Fly ball, short center, Ugla out. That ball's going to fall. Here comes another run. Upton crosses the plate, and the Rays have a 7-3 lead. Out of the reach of Ugla and in front of Ross. Crawford drives in the run. So the Rays get a little opening, and now lead by 4.
Again, Carl just serves the ball. I mean, he's been doing this all season long. Drops one over Dan Ugla's head. See way back there, Cody Ross playing very deep, especially with a runner at second base. Very deep in center field. You're not really worried about a single there. He should have been up more, try to take a single away. Especially with Carl Crawford at the plate. He's playing way too deep.
Evan Longoria in the batter's box, a pitch out, throw down, and Crawford is out at second base. Ugla taking the throw, so Crawford caught on the pitch out, but the Rays come up with a 4 Rays carry a 7-3 lead into the 9th inning with J.P. Howell out there on the hill. The big blow, the bases loaded double by B.J. Upton. Now John Baker, the catcher. First pitch is too high. Howell came on, got the final out in the 8th inning. Right now, Howell and Pinto are the pitchers of record. The pitch is too high. 2-0.
Yeah, JP's been sitting a long time. He's got to get that rhythm back because he's a strike thrower normally. 4-run lead.
There's a strike, and it's 2-1. Baker, Ramirez, and Cantu due up. That's a strike at the knees.
Comes right back.
2-2. Fell behind 2-0 and came back to him 3 straight strikes to get him looking. One away.
He just needed 2 warm-up pitches before he threw 3 strikes in a row. Look at this thing. That's the high part of the zone. We've seen Dale Scott call that, but that's a strike.
Ball dropped right in there.
Sure did.
Here's Hanley Ramirez. Takes a pitch. Fastball. That's a strike.
You know, one thing Joe Madden did well tonight too, managing this game so far, is bring J.P. Howell in. I mean, his so-called closer in the 8th inning, because
fly ball, short right. Gross coming in, and he makes the catch. 2 gone.
Because you're at home and you give your offense 2 chances to win. You're trying to win the game in 9 innings, and anything after that, you don't worry about saving J.P. Howell. You're at home here, first game of the series, and you wanted J.P. to face the lefty, Coghlan, and he got his man, and then fortunately the offense did what it's capable of doing.
Well, there's Cantu. Cantu, 2 out of 4. Lines it into left, jumping on the first pitch fastball. That's down toward the corner, and will be extra bases. Cantu is in at second with his 3rd hit.
Not too many first pitches that Cantu doesn't like, is there? He gets a strike, he jumps on it. Of course, with a 4-run lead, I mean, you got to be throwing strikes.
So a 2-out double for Cantu. His 18th double. Cross glove. There's a double and a walk tonight. Pitch in the strike. Taken around the knees. Each team at 11 hits now. The Rays looking for the final out. Soft liner into left. Right there is Crawford, and this game is over. Rays are winners. They have knocked off the Florida Marlins tonight. It's a 7-3 final. And the Rays win their 40th game of the year. They go to 5 games over 500 for the first time this year.